111. Sri GVL Narasimha Rao.
So question 111. Sir, Honorable Minister has replied that as per the Part 3 of Constitution Scheduled Caste Order 1950, only those who profess a religion different, no person who professes a religion different from Hindu, Sikh or Buddhist religion shall be deemed to be a member of the scheduled caste. So indirectly he has answered my question that people erstwhile scheduled caste who converted to Christianity or Islam are ineligible to contest from reserved seats. My question is, when you say profess, a large number of elected representatives, MLAs, MPs, ministers who got elected from reserved seats, they openly state that we profess Christianity. They even practice it. So they even propagate it. Therefore, I would like to ask the Honorable Minister, as a government that is interested in protecting and promoting interests of scheduled caste, what protection can you give to scheduled castes who belong to Hindu, Sikh and Buddhist religions to get elected from these reserved seats? Thank you.
So I must begin with a word of apology, sir. In clause 5 of this answer, there is some grammatical error, sir. I sincerely apologize. I had given instructions, sir. It should be read, sir. However, the constitutional framers were keen to end the discrimination against SC, which was unfair and wrong tradition of Hindu society, which needed constitutional correction. This should be the right approach, sir. I'll make a proper request for that. Sir, let me share with this House, sir. When the question of reservation and empowerment of our scheduled caste brethren and sisters and scheduled tribe came about, they were aware for the rationale for which this reservation has to be given, sir. Scheduled caste discrimination was a wrong practice of Hindu society. They were aware. And our tribal friends were away from the society in jungles. They needed to be brought in the mainstream. Therefore, it is only these two communities who, apart from reservation in education, employment, have been given political reservation. Therefore, 1950 Scheduled Caste Order clearly states this shall be available only to Hindus, and later Buddhists and Sikhs were added because in the constitution they are part of the same rubric, sir. The law is very clear, sir, and we uphold this law. We don't want to dilute this law. We don't want to make any compromises.
Right.
If there are any specific questions of any specific MP's behavior, MLA's behavior there, that can be looked into. But the status of law is clear and the Representation of People Act is also clear. You must be a proper scheduled caste assigned under 341 in a particular state.
Right. Second supplementary.
Yes, so because there is a gross misuse of constitutional provision, I request the Honorable Minister to consider having a special provision under Part 2 of the Representation of People Act dealing with disqualifications because such a mention will actually empower the courts and even the Election Commission of India to adjudicate on matters concerning the ineligibility of some candidates who get elected from reserved seats but have converted to other religions like Christianity or Islam.
Don't mention religion. No.
Sir, as far as this particular part is concerned, sir, there is a very robust provision of challenging the election in the election laws of India. And if a person wrongly claims to be one belonging to the scheduled caste or scheduled tribe and has taken the benefit to get elected, his election can be set aside. It has been set aside. Therefore, a proper, robust mechanism is there. At the time of nomination also, before the returning officer, objection can be filed and there is no proper certificate, his candidature can be rejected. I think there has to be greater awareness, but I take his point that the government, the Election Commission, all need to work together to ensure greater awareness about these provisions.
Digvijay Singh.
Chairman, sir, I'm very